Welcome to MBA Now. I'm Rob Van Raphorst. Our National Servicing Conference is right around the corner, and here to talk about it and some other developments in the servicing industry is our Director of Loan Administration, Justin Wiseman. Justin, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Justin, first, let's talk about HAMP and the fact that it's ended and what MBA has done to bridge the gap between the past and the future.
Yeah, well, I think the end of HAMP was very important for the industry. HAMP, when it started, obviously had many issues getting off the ground, but by the end of the program had really become a well-known and universal loan modification program. And we believe that whatever replaced that should leverage the lessons we'd learned through the financial crisis in HAMP, as well as develop an industry consensus on what should happen going forward. So we developed something called OneMod being the name that we hope to carry forward from the universal aspect of HAMP that focused on a deep payment reduction for borrowers and reduced documentation burden. Because the two biggest lessons we learned from the financial crisis is that documentation burden and kept borrowers from accessing mods, right. And then payment reduction is the key driver of keeping them in sustainable mods. I think if you take those principles and look what the GSEs recently released through FlexMod, it's gratifying to see that a lot of those principles were OneMod, derived principles from the paper we published. And just a note on the collaboration and work on the OneMod project, but we had over 40 MBA members from 20 companies putting together a pretty robust proposal that thankfully got traction.
Right. Yeah, it's been a really great success so far. Technology is a huge part of our industry, as everybody knows. Can you kind of explain to the viewers what's been going on in technology as it relates to servicing?
Absolutely. Fintech is the buzzword around here in Washington, D.C., although it may not be completely defined at this point in time, and that certainly extends to the servicing space. If you were at the MBA annual convention in 2016, you would have seen Director Cordray highlight servicing technology as an area where the CFPB felt improvements needed to be made, and I think it's important to take note of that. The industry needs to have a conversation about its technology, both from the consumer-facing side as well as on the back office side, and that technology conversation really will start at the MBA Servicing Conference in February of 2017.
Yeah, speaking of the conference, I know it's upon us, February 14th through the 17th in Texas. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about what to expect from it?
Absolutely. Well, we'll have a general session panel on the future of loss mitigation, which will talk about the work we've done with OneMod as well as the future issues that the task force will take up, modifications being only one part of the loss mitigation suite. There'll be panels discussing technology, including blockchain and robotic process automation, which I think are probably the two big buzzwords in the technology servicing space, as well as a full gamut of programs dealing with compliance issues, the new CFPB rule, parts of which are set to be effective in 2017, and then the Loan Administration Committee meeting, which I staff and have to let folks know about, where we'll take up sort of our policy and advocacy priorities going forward into the new year.
Yeah, I mean, all of it's so important, and there's a lot certainly going on with servicing, and it's such a big part of our industry. So thanks for coming by and explaining a little bit about what's been happening and what we can look forward to.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MBA Mortgage, or check out Mortgage Bankers Association on Facebook and Instagram.